When people think about The Other Guys, most of the focus usually goes to the hilarious partnership between Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. But anyone who has seen the movie knows the real scene stealers appear right at the beginning. The over-the-top superstar detectives played by Dwayne Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson. Their characters, Detectives Danson and Highsmith, only have a small amount of screen time, yet they leave a massive impression on the audience. They are portrayed as legendary cops inside the department, reckless, fearless, and completely larger than life. They destroy half the city chasing criminals, cause ridiculous amounts of property damage, and somehow still get praised as heroes. Meanwhile, Ferrell and Wahlberg's characters are stuck behind desks doing paperwork, which is exactly where the comedy of the film begins. But their brief appearance raises an interesting question that many fans have wondered ever since. What if Highsmith and Danson had their own movie? One of the most interesting ideas would be a prequel showing what these two were doing before the events of the original film. A Highsmith and Danson prequel could explore how they became the so-called legendary cops everyone talks about in the department. Instead of starting with them already being famous, the movie could follow them early in their careers when they are still proving themselves. Maybe they stumble into a massive case involving organized crime or an international smuggling operation, and the way they solve it involves the same over-the-top chaos that defines their characters. Every chase would escalate into something absurdly destructive. Cars crashing through storefronts, helicopters chasing suspects through the skyline, explosions going off in the middle of Manhattan. The joke would be that they cause millions of dollars in damage while pursuing criminals, yet the department somehow spins the story into a heroic narrative. The media starts portraying them as superstar cops, and suddenly Highsmith and Danson become celebrities within the police force. The chemistry between Johnson and Jackson would make this kind of movie work perfectly. Danson, played by Johnson, carries himself like a confident action hero who believes he can handle any situation. Highsmith, played by Jackson, is the intense, loud, and unpredictable partner who escalates everything with his aggressive attitude and non-stop energy. Together, they operate like they are starring in a serious action movie, while the world around them slowly realizes how ridiculous they actually are. That contrast is what made their short appearance in the film so funny, and a prequel could push that idea even further. It could also parody classic buddy cop films like Lethal Weapon, Bad Boys, and Rush Hour, but turned up to absurd levels. Every case they take on would become bigger, louder, and more chaotic than the last, reinforcing the idea that they're basically action movie heroes operating in a world that treats them like legends. The prequel could even lead directly into the opening events of The Other Guys. Throughout the movie, the investigation they're working on could slowly connect to the financial crime storyline that Ferrell and Wahlberg eventually uncover later. By the time the prequel reaches its ending, Highsmith and Danson would be at the peak of their reputation. The department loves them, the city views them as unstoppable heroes, and they fully believe their own hype. That would make the transition into the famous opening scene of the original movie even funnier, because the audience would see how their reckless confidence ultimately leads to the moment that defines them. What makes the idea of a Highsmith and Danson movie so interesting is that they were originally designed as a parody of action movie cops, yet they were so entertaining that many viewers actually wanted to see more of them. Sometimes the characters with the least amount of screen time leave the biggest impression, and in the case of The Other Guys, Detectives Highsmith and Danson are the perfect example of that.